Have you heard? Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated are having a live recording May 31st in Chicago, Illinois. We're recording brand new music, and we've got some powerhouse special guests pulling up. DeAndre Foster, LaJoy Mitchell, James Ziegler, O.C. Mallet, and Tiffany Andrews. And it's all hosted by the one and only Pastor DeAndre Patterson. Tickets are available now. VIP tickets are $45 and can only be purchased on Eventbrite, but they're limited, so don't wait. General admission is $30 and available on Eventbrite or through any choir member. Tickets will be $35 at the door. Doors open at 3 p.m. and the recording begins at 4 p.m. It's going to be a night to remember. Don't just hear about it, pull up and be part of history.
The man, the myth, the legend himself. I feel like he's unsung. That's, when people be unsung or whatever, and when people really be like legends, their cameras be dark, everybody else be on camera. Like we the Temptations and he David Ruffin.
Right.
No, but seriously, before we bring him on, amazing evening, everybody. I am Yolanda. I am super excited to host for Mr. Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated. I'm going to go on record to say the best choir in the Midwest.
Yes.
I'm choosing violence on tonight. But tonight we are here to speak with the board, a few of the board members from Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated. And we're going to have fun. We are going to get to know them some more, but we are really going to travel the journey of getting to this point with recording the album, studio work, and preparing for the live recording. So we know that AMPM, Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated, affectionately known as AMPM. We know that we have a large following, and so the people have questions, so we go answer them on tonight. And then David Ruffin himself has a piece.
I am he.
David Ruffin himself has appeared. So we have Mr. Anthony McGahee, our leader and founder. And so we're super excited. So we're going to jump right in. But what I need everybody to do, if you are watching this, I need you to like, to share, to like, to share, to like, and to share. All right. So we're going to jump right in. We're going to have fun tonight. So we won't be too long, but we are absolutely going to jump in. And so I am going to start, Keyshawn, the benefits of being the youngest on the call. I'm going to start with you. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and then also when you started singing with Praise Motivated, how you got here and what that journey has looked like as well. And I'm going to share while you're doing that.
For sure. I'm Keyshawn. I am indeed the youngest on the call. I joined AMPM in it was either 2018 or 2019. I can't clearly recall, but it was like 6-7 years ago, which is crazy how time has flown by. I knew I was going to stick along with AMPM. I didn't know it was going to be 6-7 years long worth of doing AMPM, but I'm so glad I never left. What was the other question again?
Say that again. You what?
I'm glad I never left. I'm glad I never left. My God. No. What was the other question you said?
You just tell us about your journey. What some highlights of being in the choir, some of your most memorable moments that you've been here.
Yeah, I think my first time seeing AMPM was a long time ago. I was a kid, and I've always loved choir music. Anybody you can ask them. I love choir music. So it was definitely. I know my mom. My mom and my aunt both also sung with Anthony as kids, growing up in Wisconsin State Youth Choir, and they for sure, they said if I join any choir, it have to be Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated. So here I am now, with a gun to my head, but free willingly at the same time. But no, that's right. How I gotta take. That's how I got into AMPM. I think the last time I saw them perform outside of my membership was when found out what was that? Y'all wore, I think y'all were in New Jerusalem. I think y'all was in New Jerusalem, and it was a concert. The ladies had on pink. I think it was
The
denim. Y'all had,
poofy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
And
was an
so me and
anniversary
Kate,
concert.
yeah, it was an anniversary concert. Me and Kate Triana, we were sitting in the back, and we were like, we should do it. We should join. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so we joined with a few other people. We auditioned, came to a rehearsal audition, and the rest has been history and been sticking along with it ever since. I can't see myself going anywhere anytime soon.
I can't see it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Tanya, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got with Praise Motivated. I know you've been here for quite some time, so you can share some specifics, what you got going on here.
So I joined Praise Motivated right after they did How Sweet the Sound. I want to say that was 2013. Yep. And so honestly, and I never shared this story with Anthony. That was one of the darkest times of my life. My marriage had broke up. I didn't have nowhere to live. I didn't have a job. And so, as us Black people, we're Christian people, when we go through traumatic things and I kind of got off the scales a little bit. I stopped going to church, and I gravitated to Anthony. I don't remember where I saw them at. And I just went to a rehearsal and been there ever since.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, I am really getting
choked up.
So I never told him that.
Camera.
I never told him that.
We 5 minutes in. Really?
So,
oh my God.
It's like with Anthony, the heart that he has, people draw to him. And I told him this before, and I always tell him that. I said, your purpose is to heal. And literally, it was the darkest time of my life when I joined the choir. Like, when I say dark, it was dark. And so my funniest moment that I had with the choir is my first time out. We went on tour. I don't know what made me think that I would go. I don't know. But so we singing on tour, and I knew some songs, but I didn't know all the songs. So I'm on stage outside, and they start singing "I'm a Soldier." Now, and I'm looking like, I'm asking Tanisha, what is this? She was like, just follow along. And I'm on the front row. So that's my funniest moment. I learned I'm a soldier on spot on the front row. So yeah, that's my moment. So I've been since 2013. Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't get it.
I know, right? Like, I was like, ooh, getting choked up. So, so I have been a part of AMPM since 2021. So honestly, a lot of people don't know. I knew of Anthony, but I didn't really know Anthony. But when I was a young teenager, my pastor, at that time, Apostle C.C. Doss, he would run revivals in Milwaukee for the McGahee family. So we always knew who the McGahees were. And what I did not know, which is Keyshawn's uncle, Prophet Philip Lee, would come to my church from Milwaukee, and he would run revivals at Love Deliverance, and we would church out all the time, right? And so I didn't even know that we were connected that way, until, of course. But so I would see just clips of Praise Motivated just from social media. But the first time that I saw them live, they ministered here in Springfield at Miracle Temple, which is Amber and Miriam's church, for one of their choir concerts. And I was like, oh, cool. But I still didn't think anything of it. And so me and Miriam will oftentimes laugh how Anthony and Ebony would go back and forth on social media. And so one day I was supposed out there like, come audition for the choir. So Miriam was like, oh, I'm going to do it. So then I was like, well, if you do it, I'm going to do it. And then Kenny commented like, well, if they do it, I'm going to do it. But I was totally lying because in my mind, I was really lying. I couldn't fathom how I would be in Illinois and sing in a choir in Wisconsin. So it just didn't even make sense to me. Like, I don't know why, and I guess people do it all the time, but it was just so unheard of. And so Anthony was like asking for audition videos, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna send it." So then, you know, after we got through auditions, I will never forget our first rehearsal. Me, Kenny, and Miriam pretty much had like a knockdown drag out on getting on this highway driving to Wisconsin. We had to apologize to each other by the time we cut up. So, but we came and been coming ever since. And I'm a highway person if it's less than like 5 hours. So the drive doesn't even bother me. But it has to be something special there that keeps me coming back. And so I enjoy the fellowship that I've had, the camaraderie that we've gotten. And I'm super excited to be a part of this journey. So, Founder, we'll give it to you and let you talk about I mean, we know AMPM been going for a long time, so you ain't got to go back that many years, but we'll let you share how we've gotten to this point.
Okay, well, y'all said so much. T-Shine coming in was very quiet, very unassuming, but he was very church oriented, so I knew he was raised. So I didn't have any worries with him. And like he said, I knew his family prior to, so him coming on board was not a surprise. It was just kind of I still was unaware. It wasn't surprise because it made sense. It was the logical move. I just didn't know he was coming. And then with Tanya, um, that kind of pulled on my heartstring because Bishop has said, my bishop, Bishop R.J. Burt, had said to me a long time ago that my ministry was going to be really, really geared toward helping heal women. And I didn't really, I heard him, and I know he's a man of God, but I don't want to say shied away from acknowledging it, but it just kind of, I didn't want to be responsible for someone's broken heart. I guess that's what it was. So having that weight on my shoulder, I knew um, that creating an atmosphere of love is what I'm good at. Making everybody feel comfortable, making everybody feel secure, and with that time spent, they get healed. But I didn't really know that the impact that it was having. So Tanya, you really caught me off guard, and I'm out of tissue, so we can't do no more tonight. That was the last step. And and so when Yo said they was coming, I was a little shocked only because um I've been doing this a long time, and never in my mind could I've imagined someone from another state wanting to be a part of what I'm doing. Granted, I've been singing with Ricky Dillard and New G um, for almost 17 years, 16 or so years, and so I traveled to Chicago because that's where it was based, and we would go sing wherever. Um, but I guess in my mind, Ricky was so big that why wouldn't anybody want to go sing with him, right? So with me, I just see the work. So I'm doing the work and not really paying attention to whether or not we've arrived, we're big, or any of that stuff. I just see the work next assignment and keep on moving. So the fact that someone from another state wanted to be a part of what we had going blew my mind. And thank God for the internet because it makes it more convenient for people to stream rehearsals, and we can send out messages for uniforms and all of these different things that we didn't have when I started. When I started, I was making CDs and writing threats on there, learn this or die, literally, because they needed to learn this music in the city. So getting members in the city to really even be faithful, learn this stuff and all of that was one thing. So then you add on people out of state. It's like, oh, I got to, put this extra stuff to it. And so yeah, it's been a wonderful journey thus far. Thus far.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, behind the scenes, let's talk about behind the scenes. Keyshawn and Tanya, you have the opportunity. Tell me, what is the best thing? We'll start with positives. What's the best thing about working with Anthony behind the scenes? And either one
Um,
of you can go.
I would say one of the best things about working behind the scenes with Anthony is, for one, acknowledging the fact that it's a blessing to even be able to um, work behind the scenes of any kind of God ordained and God appointed ministry. So that's one thing. And then for two, you kind of get to see it exposes you to the business aspects of running a business or running a ministry. So that's definitely one thing, at least two things I would say will be the best things about working behind the scenes with Anthony.
That's good.
Well, for me, it's the because I always get in the sister mode, and that I have to protect my brother. So to see that he's happy, to see that he's doing what he loves to do, that's one of the best things. One of the best things that I like doing behind the scenes. And the second best thing is a lot of things. That's as far as working with Anthony behind the scenes. That he's a genuine person. What you see behind the scenes is what you see in front of the scenes. Like he's no different. He doesn't change. I can honestly say that I enjoy like going to rehearsals and things like that. He doesn't make, even though he fusses at us a lot, but we know it's coming from a place. We want to start with the bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's lit. But even though we know, because he doesn't, what he requires for God is excellence.
Yeah.
So we can't be mad at him being mad at us. So I like that. I like the fact that he wants us to give God our all. And he doesn't want to half step anything. So that's another thing that I love about working behind the scenes with him.
That's good. So what would be the most annoying thing that happens
He
with
shows
working with
too much
Anthony?
a lot. Nah. The most annoying thing is it about, you want to know about Anthony or just in general?
Anthony.
He busts a lot. And I got plenty. Okay. Because I say this every time we got something to do. He takes on too much that he don't have to. He doesn't, like, we're here, like he has a board, he has section leaders. He still allow people to pull on him, and they shouldn't. So that's one of the main things that I don't like. Like, and he know I don't. And
he doesn't know how to delegate, or he delegates, but he doesn't.
He delegates it, but just say, for instance, okay, y'all go to your section leader for the colors. So, Anthony, what colors we wearing?
Keisha, I already know why you turning around.
So, and they asked him, he just told them, he just said, talk to your section leader. So, and then, I don't have this and I don't have that. Why are you reaching out to him when you don't have what you need to have? You're stressing him. He's supposed to be focusing on the studio. He's supposed to be focusing on whatever. And, and I know that's probably with every ministry, but yeah.
You ain't wrong, Queen. You tell.
Yeah, that one I could just choke people, but
he's so welcoming.
He's
and
too
I
nice.
have to catch myself.
Like, when he tells us, this is not the Anthony that I got when I first joined the AMPM. This is not the Anthony I got. They got a nice Anthony.
Honestly, they got nicer, if you ask me. Even with the last few years, he done got a little nicer.
Listen, I think it's the age, but we're gonna
probably. Keyshawn, what would be the most annoying for you?
Honestly, Tanya really put the nail to the coffin, honestly. But you also got to think about like these same so-called complaints or whatever the case. Found it. These so-called complaints or whatever. They're really not bad things. Like if you really
No,
listen to them,
it's
they're really not bad things. They are annoying things,
yes,
but
very
that's
annoying.
a personal thing though.
Yes,
Like
very
that's a
annoying.
personal thing. But they aren't bad things because it shows you that he's not he is our leader, but he isn't a leader that you can't come to or
Exactly.
that you
Mm-hmm.
don't feel
Yep.
welcome to do
Yep.
so. Like
Exactly.
Tanya said, Founder doesn't Founder hasn't changed up on me at all. None of us or anybody that I know of whatsoever. Unless you give them a real good reason tonight, and it got to be a
And it
good
took a
one.
minute. It took a minute to get for
And
him to
it
get there
takes
too.
it takes too long, but
Too long.
Yeah, when
No,
I
but
think
yeah,
anyway.
I agree. I agree with y'all. So I know I'm asking questions, but even in just reflecting, and I've told this story a couple of times. But for me, I'm friendly with everybody, right? But relationships are built for me on how we go through and how we grow through.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Like, I gotta see how you rocking with me before I'm
Absolutely.
mhm,
committed to a
mhm,
friendship, a relationship, and
Absolutely.
I know it's one Anthony. He definitely has Danny, he has the board, he has support, but it's one Anthony and his 60 choir members. And my most something that just I think the moment I always loved Anthony's always, been welcoming when I'm in the city. I don't have to worry about anything. Like, it's a refreshing feeling to know that when you go to someone else's home, you're at home. Like, just
mhm,
having that's that type of support. But I will never forget the night we were coming home from Phoenix. We flew from Phoenix to Milwaukee, but we drove, of course, from Milwaukee back home, which is about three and a half, 4 hour drive, depending on who's driving, how you driving. And that particular night, it was Memorial Day weekend when we came from Phoenix,
I think
and we
so.
had hit a deer coming home, and so we were out later, and we just Anthony was texting us or whatever, but in my mind, he was just texting, and so when we got home, we know as a standard, we always say that we're home. But I didn't know that he stayed up. He was like, okay, I can go to sleep now. And, we got in late and he stayed up until we got home on a 4 hour drive. Um, and that meant a lot. Us being, single women and on the highway that time and just all of that stuff, to know that he had that kind of concern for us as a leader to make sure that his people were safe and sound. That just I was in love. I was stuck. Oh, you
yeah,
got me for life. I'll send my dues. I drive. Like, I'm here until the Lord says differently. So I appreciate that. I mean, he's just a loving person. So when somebody loves on you, you can't help but reciprocate that.
mhm.
And when I see people take advantage of his love, I'll be wanting to
Listen,
I can say it. You can't.
Yeah.
he
I'm
talked
going
me
back to
down to many
Springfield. I don't
days.
care nothing about them liking me. Let me see.
Listen, he's talked me down to many days. I send a paragraph, be like, okay, you need to proofread this.
Mhm.
Cause I know what I want to say, this is not what you're gonna say.
I'm like, you
So
so
Mm-mm.
saved. You always gotta say it the godly way. But you so
Well,
sanctified. So
well,
I
you
have a
gotta keep in
question.
mind we are healing ministry. So any leaders that are up under me are going to get schooled 101 on helping to heal. Because I
Mhm.
always say we want we don't want punishment, we want results.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we gotta approach things sometimes with the heart, knowing that they may be BSing you, but there's a deeper issue beyond that BS that they giving you of why they couldn't come to rehearsal. There's a
Mhm.
deeper something going on. And so they may not even know that they need this ministry to stay alive. They need this ministry to keep them because they on the edge and don't even know they on the edge. And this ministry will snatch them back. And so I try to make sure that I keep that, in my forefront of my mind when I interact with them. knowing that it's bigger than just this moment, because everybody get a little crazy at some point, sometime, and if we just cut off everybody at that moment, none of us will be living, none of us will be here, none of us will be having a chance. So that's usually what leads my going beyond and trying to, yeah. But I hear you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
taking notes.
don't nobody want to be hearing that at that time.
Right.
You do it. That's why. Like, and I be like, and then when I get that back, I be like, yeah.
That's so funny. So I got a question. What year was Kingdom Work recorded?
What year is this?
All right. I thought you was talking to
2022.
This is 2025. This is 2025.
It was before It was before I was in the choir, because that's
2020. It was
Nah,
during
that
the
had to
pandemic,
been
right?
no.
That was
Kingdom
COVID.
Word, that would have to been
Oh, no. I take
2015,
that back. It was
2015, 2016.
Yep. 2015, 2016. Yep.
Is that long ago?
Great
Yeah.
New Birth.
2015.
Kingdom Work is old.
2015.
Great New Birth.
Yeah.
Live recording.
It came.
Okay.
It came. We recorded it in 2015. It came out in 2016.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because I definitely remember some of the songs when y'all came to Springfield, but I don't even remember what year that was when y'all came to Springfield. But okay, so Tanya, you were a part of that recording.
Yep. I sang on
Keyshawn,
that
were you a part of
recording.
that one?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Me and Tony sang on that. We sang on it.
Yep.
Yes. So, okay, so Tanya, let's talk about the preparation for that album versus the preparation for this album. What has that looked like?
Well, I want to say we're more mature with this one. The last one that we did in 2016, that one was a little bit more chaotic because we weren't as mature as we are right now. We did a lot more work with the 2016. Like when I say a lot more work, we had more rehearsals. We had more rearranging of songs. Some songs in. It was a lot. It was when we finished with that. I think everybody went home and slept for a whole day after that.
Yeah.
Because we worked like literally, it felt like a job. It was a lot of work versus this one. It doesn't feel that. It don't feel like. It feels like work, but not like you did with that one. This one's a little bit more easier. A lot. I know. I take that back. It's a lot more easier.
Yeah.
So you've seen the growth and the maturity.
Yes, definitely.
And development so it's made it. That's good. That's real.
Definitely. I would definitely say that this project is gonna be the one. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one. And I say this, I'm gonna say this too. Our maturity has grown because we didn't used to really shout in rehearsal. It was just a rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you have your founder drilling in your head that when you sing these songs, if it don't reach you, it's not going to reach nobody else.
That's right.
So that's embedded in our brain that when we sing these songs, we got to know what we're singing. And so now I think that's one of the reasons why it makes it easier too, is because when we learning the songs and we listening to the words and we're meditating on the words, it kind of starts hitting us. And so, even before we start rehearsing, some of the songs that we're doing now were our favorite before we even start rehearsing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this project is definitely easier. Definitely.
And every rehearsal, I have a different favorite song.
Yep.
It's changing. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so wait, I got a question, and if it's no, it's just no. Can we say the name of our favorite song from this album, or is that hush hush?
You can say the name.
Okay, so let's back up. So Keyshawn, what's your favorite song on Kingdom Work?
My favorite song on Kingdom Work is Take Care.
Okay.
My favorite song on that is Take Care.
That's
low key. Yeah, Take Care.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know. I have a thing for like slower songs. I feel like slower songs you really get to hear and listen to, the dynamics that you really get to hear the slowing down of the dynamics that a choir or a group does or what, and that's what I fall in love with the most. And if you listen to the dynamics on Take Care, especially the last minute of it,
Mm.
it
Yeah.
sells me right away all the time. But yeah, Take Care.
And we
Okay.
hated that song.
Why
They
did
We
you
did.
hate it?
rehearsing it. We hated that song when we rehearsed it. Like honestly, we
They
hated
did. They didn't want to record it.
hated it.
Honestly, that's how.
Bye, Keyshawn.
No, it's not about any of the upcoming music, but everybody
Yeah.
loves The Lord Reigneth. But I don't want to sing it. I do not like singing it no more because it's first of all it's a lot and then yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody loves it though. Everybody loves it, but music is a universal language, so everybody
And
understands
it's like
that.
Listen,
you gotta do what your fans love
You
too.
got
Like,
to, or you're not
cause,
gonna be relevant.
yeah.
cause I be tired of I come that you might have like more abundant. But they need to see Ricky back then. They
Mm-hmm.
need to see us. Cha, 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 cha. They need so and
Yeah.
even though when it starts, I'm like, oh. By the time we come to I'm coming back to my I'm just it just turns on. But
Yeah.
I'm all into it, like, but yeah, I get it.
So Tanya, what was your favorite song on the Kingdom Work album?
Well, honestly, the song that we don't ever play is "He Did It" by Brian.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You did it for me. Yes, I
Yeah.
love that song. Love it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Tanya,
Hmm?
Wow.
what's my favorite song on that album?
Mother,
My song is Mother.
mother.
Is
It's
that
not
your
even a
favorite song on
song.
Kingdom Work?
Of course
Mother.
it is.
It's a tie. It's
Mother,
between Most High and Let God Arise.
Hmm.
Mm.
I think I put that on my story today.
mother
No.
Let
goes.
God Arise. Let God Arise is really choir. Like it just gives that
Yeah.
that we didn't have our robes then.
Mm-mm.
And boy, I wish we did because I
Yeah.
promise you I'd have been swinging from the chandeliers. Okay? From the chandelier.
Oh my Lord.
I love
Oh
it.
my Lord.
Okay, so now we're gearing up now. Keyshawn, what's your favorite song on this album?
You said me, you cut out a little bit.
Yes.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song?
No, him.
Oh.
My favorite song is honestly when it was first introduced to us, my favorite song is "If Found the Go," the car song. I love the car
I
song.
mean, you can't
Although
not
it's
love the
not labeled
car
the car
song.
song,
Man.
we praise your name.
Say the correct name. We praise your name.
We
Oh, it ain't
praise your
called the
name.
car song? I'll be calling
Mm.
it.
It's the car
Praise-
song.
No, it's definitely "We Praise Your Name." That is, we've actually been working on that song for quite some
yeah,
time
for a
now.
while.
Like for a
Uh-oh, Keyshawn. The enemy done got in your phone.
Loose
We
here.
lost
Set my
him.
nephew free.
Let him loose.
Set him
Oop.
free. We'll come back to him while he's getting
We'll come
together.
back to him. Tanya, what's your favorite song?
Awesome God.
Awesome God got me so stuck. I can't even tighten up on the rest of the song.
Listen.
Why Marcel just said that to me today?
For real.
He
Founder,
said I
what's
had to
your
tell
favorite?
myself.
Huh?
He said I had to tell myself you got to learn the other songs.
Right.
Right? Because you keep playing that one over and over again.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
It depends on my mood. And I really yes, because "Be Alright" will come on, and it's
Mm-hmm.
a groovy, it's a nice groove song, and before you know it, tears start running because the words, that it's gonna be all right. Oh, I felt that. Then, "Awesome God," um,
Awesome
the
God is for the
meaning,
worshiper.
yeah, it's so either one of those definitely are top tier. Um, But it's hard to say because I have gone in on each and every rehearsal. Has been almost a different song that I went in on.
Mm.
Because one rehearsal, the last rehearsal, would bring you out.
Yeah.
And that thing got good. I had to stop because I said, I'm supposed to be on like vocal rest, because I'm trying to recover and all that from my sinus infection. But they about to make me lose my mind on bringing you out in the last rehearsal. That thing got real good. And I think the first rehearsal was I'm determined.
Because that'll bless you too.
Like then we did one rehearsal at my parents' church and it was We Praise Your Name. Just
Yep.
took over. It just varies. It I guess like I said, it depends on the mood, or I won't even say it depends on the mood. It depends on what's needed. Depends on what's needed, what I need, what the atmosphere needs, and it just falls whenever that song is the right key to unlock that anointing. So yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I'm just torn.
So I will say, I mean, of course, I got like the car. We praise your name. Awesome God, be all right. I'm determined. Like, in my opinion, I think the album is a playthrough. Like it's like one song that I might skip over on the, and because we're doing what, 11 songs?
That night we're going to record, I believe it's nine, and then
Not
two
9
studio.
songs.
Yep,
So
two studio.
um because yeah. So like it's like one song that I'll be like, oh, okay, and maybe it'll them be the ones that knock you in your face when you doing it.
Exactly. What's that saying? And I'm like a song you skip and never thought it was fire, but when you went back to it, you was like, okay.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
listen. I mean, the album
Uh-huh.
is a play from start to finish. Every song is really
Yeah.
just like that.
I
And like
think
you
that
said,
I think this album is gonna be like the one, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the song has a testament to everybody that has been going through anything, and it's like, I just think what comes from the heart and what we've been through as a choir, individually and collectively, and singing this song, it's kind of like I'm coming out, like we coming out, like a phoenix.
And I will say with this project, the difference is I have a lot more a variety of songwriters.
Yes.
The last one, um, I did most of the writing myself in Corn, and I think we had maybe one song that wasn't ours, and that was Most High. Cortez wrote that. I begged him for like 8 months for that. But the rest of the album, either I wrote or Corn wrote. And Corn is the producer. For those that don't know, that's my MD and producer who's been with me for 28 years. So this recipe is a little different because we got songwriters, Darnell Davis, we got David Frazier, we got James Ziegler, so all these different writers that wrote, and it's amazing.
And the fact that
Sean,
people have thought about us to write a song for us.
come on,
Yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, Keyshawn, you got cut. The devil tried to get
He
in your
The
tried to he
devil
phone.
tried
He
to
had
thought
get
he
me out
had
of
lied.
here. He tried
me.
to get me out of here.
Hmm.
The
But
devil thought he
But
had
the
me.
report of the Lord says so.
I yeah. So let's see why. Look, I got like 2 questions. I'll be trying to figure out. So for the people that are watching, Anthony, because AMPM has a fan base and people expect certain things. Will we have a choir drive on this album?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I wanted to go with this album. It's it's a feel good album, but it's a choir album. With
Mm-hmm.
the songwriters, I told them I was looking for me, because I'm a choir head. Um, I like the early 2000s choir music. Don't get me wrong, some of the older stuff is great, and I enjoy it for that moment in that mood. But because in the early 2000s, I was old enough to actually
Hmm.
comprehend the music. Because see, the 80s music I enjoyed, but I couldn't relate to it because I was too young. I sang it, I knew it, but I didn't know nothing about no trials and tribulations in the 80s. I was 10, 11. So
What trials?
to
What
really,
tribulations?
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Go in
So
there and
by
go
the
to
time
sleep.
Right. I graduated, what, 97, 90, 96. So by the time the early 2000s came, I was a young adult, and so I was able to relate to the music. And that was, Hezekiah Walker, Orlando Draper, Ricky Dillard, all of those. That was when they really started shining. James Hall, that era, Donald Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
when he had Tri City. So I told the songwriters that that's the vibe I wanted in early 2005. So everything feels like almost as if you know this song already.
Mm.
So very nostalgic, very oh that feel yeah, it's gonna take you there. So
Is there an acapella number on the album?
there will be. We wouldn't be us without it. We wouldn't be us
No.
without it. I know the
People
people
gonna
are
ask
gonna
for
want it.
acapella.
If we didn't do it, they were gonna yell out the Lord reigning. And I didn't need Keyshawn walking off the stage. So
If they ask for the Lord Rain at the recording, you gonna do it for the people?
I'm gonna tell them and blessed be your rock.
Right.
All right, do we have some grooviness on this album?
There's some grooves.
What's
There's
the
some
title
grooves.
of the album?
It's still a work in progress. I have a title that the Lord gave me, but I want to make sure I talk it over with the proper procedure people, just to make sure that it's not just. I have a team, right? And even with Corn being the producer, um, we work together. So I try
Mhm.
not to make a decision without us.
Yes.
I don't want them to find out that he didn't told us that he ain't tell us nothing. No, I try to make sure everybody's on the same page so that even if you don't agree, we can figure it out, not in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna switch gears for a hot second. Tanya, what is your greatest joy with being a choir member in choir music and choir singing?
Let me tell you something. I'm quartet.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fact that I'm singing choir, but I sung choir in the church
Mm-hmm.
ain't the same.
Uh-huh.
They're singing in choir, like in a community choir like this. So I would say the best part of it is that the when we sing out is gonna be the what we get from the people.
Mm.
The fact that we change lives, the fact that they know about us, and we made an impact into the kingdom. I don't want to just do stuff and just sing it because we can sing. I want us to be actually do something, some impact into the kingdom, to be relevant.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that compared to choirs that have been out here and they're on the main stage, I think we're just getting started. And I like our progress. I like where we are, and I'm enjoying the journey until God tells me to stop. I'm
I
enjoying the
love it.
journey.
That's good. What about you, Keyshawn?
He's still young.
Uh,
He'll be all right.
whatever. What the question was, what does being in the choir means to me, and what does choir music
Yeah,
mean
what
to me?
brings you the most joy about being in the choir, this choir music?
What brings me the most joy is really expanding my palette, expanding my gift. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I remember when I was asked to give a few remarks at our last concert that we had. I think it was Founder's birthday concert.
Yeah, you suck with me too.
Hi, Bookie. I love my Bamber.
And I was asked, well, I was kind of asked to kind of expand like my why or whatnot, and it was really, again, like I said, like really to expand my musical palette, expand my gift. Being a part of this choir, again, like I said earlier, I came in, think I knew what I was doing. I knew what was expected of me. I knew how to sing in this choir. I heard it. I listened to them. I knew exactly what to do, and got in here and was so humble, and got humble quick too. uh, but that's one of my joys is looking back at how I sounded before I got in
Oh yeah, me
versus
too. Me too.
how I sounded now.
Yeah.
I'm being molded. I'm
Yeah.
being molded into, um, as Fonda will call us, artists. We're
Definitely.
being molded
That's
into
good.
real and true artists. So that's one of my joys of being in choir music. Plus,
Also, also
go
for me
ahead,
too.
Ty.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I gotta say this because I'm gonna forget. Y'all know I'm old. But anyway, I'm a better soprano than I was
Mm,
before. Now, in my younger days, I could hit the high notes. I can't hit them now, but n- not like I could do it now better than I could do 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that founder told me when you got in the choir, he's like, "You still got it. Just let me work with you."
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And that's his thing. That's what he says. Just let me work with you. Just listen to what I'm
Let me
saying.
work with you. Yeah, that's it.
So that's one of the joys too. I'm a better soprano than I ever used to be.
That's good. I agree with that because I've been in like every facet, right? So I definitely, as a little girl, my family is from the South, so we grew up Baptist, like um, just like devotional, Dr. Watts type singing is like my
Mm-hmm.
early beginning, and then of course I was in the choir. Then we grew up Church of God in Christ. My mom always says I was always saved, but then when she went into holiness is how she always described it. So, then I grew up in the Church of God in Christ. And so, that was choir singing. And so I went to New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, Love Deliverance event. Like I went to the churches in Springfield, like they had the best choirs in the cities, when I was growing up as a young teenager, little girl. And so I went to uh we on live. I went to a Christian college, right?
Ha!
A PWI Christian college. And
Nice save.
in the Bible Belt of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so when I got there, we had it was a choir called Souls of Fire, started by Dr. Carlton Peterson. But that was like every blue moon. For the most part, it was praise and worship, but it wasn't even praise and worship it was like CCM. And I come clap my. That's all I knew. So when I got there, I was like, "Oh wait, oh Jesus, this is what we singing." So I was introduced to that, and of course, what your culture, then you begin to fall in love with. So I was like, now this praise and worship person, and into CCM, and I am a friend of God. I was saying my church back at home was still shouting the walls down. So then just to transition to being an adult and choosing my own
Yeah.
church, I chose a church that didn't even have a choir. We only had a praise team. So I didn't even notice how much of the agility in my voice that I'd lost from just doing praise and worship type
Yep.
singing
Yep.
and not actually
Yep.
being in a choir.
Yep.
Because by this time Marquise had stopped ministry. So, I wasn't even doing really singing choir music. And so now I noticed a few years ago, I would be so hoarse after singing. I would be hoarse. Like every Sunday I was hoarse. I would go on vocal rest, just everything. But now the endurance and the strength that I have just being back in the routine of singing choir, and I still, only sing, every other month or whenever I'm there or whatever. But still the endurance of working out those parts of your voice. People don't understand that different genres require different
Yes.
parts of your
Yes.
voice. And if you are not using that stuff,
You lose it.
you lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like my depth and my endurance, I'm not as exhausted, just and then learning, like you said, being aware of your dynamics and when to pull back and when to bark out and just all of that stuff. It's definitely like a growth process. So
Definitely.
I appreciate that. Refining the gift. And I think the most thing, I'm so busy in life, right? But I'm gonna do the things of God. I be
Listen.
wanting to give my all to now, yeah, to my personal goals and development. But I'm a find time to be in that choir and sing that song. And me personally, I needed something. Just being, a part of the music ministry at my church and over the
Mhm.
worship team. I found myself needing something to submit to musically.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people, I think we forget that. Like, it helps me treat my people better. Like, it helps me refine those gifts and all of that. So it feels good to just come. You ain't got to be over the program. You ain't got to think about nothing. You all you gotta do is come and have your note and sing your song and put your red and black on. Like, like it feels
That's my
good
experience
to be
with New
on that
T.
side of the
Not the
spectrum.
red and black. All right.
Listen, whatever, zip your choir robe, but whatever we supposed to wear, it feels good to be on that part of it. So, I love it. I was like, I'm 40. I'm in my mind like, now how long? I think I probably got about 10 more years in me. Where I about 50, I probably, but it's a blessing. So we find joy, Anthony. I hope you know that we find joy in serving with you. And no greater leader. You are integral, you are nice, you are kind. We
He's
got your back.
important.
I am
Like,
important.
you don't use the words that we use. We can say it for you.
And a lot of times I work on it.
Listen, but no, I appreciate. I hope that I am a help to the choir, and I hope that I'm
Listen,
Aaron to you and holding up your arms and not, somebody just
dangling on them.
Listen, I was like, I hope I used to look at him, marking my words. So I need to know. Let's talk about these ticket sales. Let's just get into that. I wasn't even gonna say that, but I mean, since we on here, let's talk about it.
Hey,
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Where can you purchase tickets at for? Okay, let's back up. Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated will be recording live May 31st. At what time? What time the doors open?
Doors open at 3.
Okay, doors open at 3. Oh, so you ain't even. You come in the middle of the day so you can go back home and go to Bible study. I mean,
that's right.
What's the one
Get ready for Sunday
morning
school.
Sunday school. No, I ain't been to Sunday school. I can't think what it was. Jeez. So
not Sunday school.
Yeah, you ain't even got to be out late because it's gonna be in the middle of the day. So Saturday, May 31st, doors open at 3. The concert, the recording starts at 4, and it's going to be in Chicago, Illinois at Trinity. I don't say the name.
Trinity All Nations Church.
Trinity All Nations Church. Where can you purchase tickets? You can purchase tickets physically from me.
And
from me.
From choir members.
And from me.
From choir members, you can get them physically.
Tanya Monroe, you can inbox me.
Listen, you can also purchase them online, eventbrite.com. Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated. How much is the general admission ticket?
General admission, I believe it is
30. 30.
Yeah.
$30. And then how much is the VIP ticket?
45.
45?
I believe. Yeah.
And what's included with the VIP?
You get special seating and they have a gift bag for you.
Special seating and a gift bag for you. Okay, so now I found a whisper. No, I'm gonna let you close. Keyshawn, why should they run and not walk to purchase these tickets and be at this recording?
Honestly, because it's gonna be the best recording of the year for one thing, and you're not gonna hear no music like this anywhere else. It's been long anticipated. It's been asked for. It's been demanded. It's been requested. Here it is. Here you got it. You might as well come and purchase a ticket. You can purchase a ticket from me. You can DM me on IG or Facebook, Keyshawn Williams, and you can purchase your ticket, or you can just head on right over to Eventbrite. You might as well get that VIP ticket if there are any left.
Come on, talk your talk, nephew.
I mean, if you gonna talk.
Plus, I'll be in it.
Come on, I'll be in it.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
You nailed that.
Tanya, why should they sprint and not do cross country for this recording?
Because if you miss, you done missed.
I mean,
you done missed. Like you missed out. Like ain't gonna be another one. That's it. That's it.
Listen.
And then you're gonna be saying that we shoulda, woulda, coulda, like you always do, because you missed out. This is gonna be the one. Because we've never done it before. Nobody in Milwaukee has ever recorded in Chicago.
Nobody.
Not only has anybody in Milwaukee from recorded in Chicago, but in the middle of the day, that you can still do stuff you need to do. That means that you can take a break from shopping, come to the recording, get your buck on, and go back to shopping again.
Yep.
And it's in Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
Chicago's a mecca of gospel music.
Yes.
So why not?
Who comes out of Chicago? Ricky Dillard, Kim McFarland, Charles Jenkins. Who else?
Yes.
I mean, who is not in it?
DeAndre Patterson,
the Midwest
Angela
now.
Spivey.
You from Detroit or Chicago?
Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo.
Milton brought the Thompson Community Choir.
Like so many people.
Yeah.
Many.
Mahalia Jackson. Mahalia Jackson.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
So many people. Because we're from Milwaukee, so that's like our sister state. Because they're not too far away. You know what I mean? Even though I guess we got some beef with them. I don't know, with the basketball and football team.
Oh, that was July.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Because I don't watch some sports. So, as long as we stay with the same God.
Bucks and six.
Ooh. You're going to get put out the
Bucks and 6.
I mean, put on for your city. And another thing, though, Chicago is a major hub.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So if you come by train, plane, automobile,
I don't care how you get
inexpensive options. The megabus, you can come, fly in, fly out.
I know, right?
We have an amazing hospitality team. So, and then you can sow seeds if you absolutely cannot make the recording and you want to sow seeds into buying tickets and putting them up for a giveaway or whatever you may feel led to do. By all means, you should do that. I would say outside of just support and why you should come to the recording, I am confident that there will be a move of God.
Absolutely.
It's going to be the middle of the day. Yes, we're going to be live. But if you know AMPM, we don't really care nothing about none of that. For real. For real. Like,
we buck on our own. We don't need no help.
We don't care nothing about any of that. And so sometimes you just need a little extra. And what I am learning is that, we got this debate in the church on, what's more important, the worship and the singing or the word. And I think when we begin to understand that ministry through song is the word of God, that we're all on the same team. And so that don't mean don't sit down at church and listen to the word. That ain't what that means. Because folks do all that bucking and shouting and go in the hallway. No. But the fact of the matter is that in ministry, in music ministry, it is the word of God. And so there is something has to be produced when you declare the word of the Lord.
That's right.
So there is absolutely going to be a move that's going to happen. So we're absolutely excited about that. This is just the beginning of this particular series in the push for this particular album. But we got to see the behind the scenes with the board members who actually see like what that decision making process looks like. And so that's super cool to be on the, to get some insight into that. So I'll let them wrap it up with just any final comments about what you guys want to say as board members promoting this album, and then we'll turn it over to Anthony.
I'm just excited. I'm excited for the recording. I'm excited for this. Like you said, like this true move of God that's going to happen during this recording. I'm excited. I'm excited just to be in this live recording. This will be my first live recording with. Right? Yeah, first live recording with y'all, with AMPM. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah.
Yep, I'm excited. So what you said about as far as singing ministry and things like that, my bishop, R.J. Berg, always said that singing it breaks up the ground for the word. So What we do is when we sing, we're breaking up the ground for the word to get you ready for the word. So come out so we can get you ready for Sunday morning service.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when you get in, you ain't got to get ready. You're going to already be ready.
Come
Speak
on.
a word.
And we working hard too. I'm doing
Hard.
everything. I'm working real hard to get to rehearsal this weekend. Cause I seen it was 2 days. See, and so we take our craft seriously.
We definitely do.
We ain't just
We
giving you
definitely
anything.
do.
There's hard work and
Yes.
preparation that
Years
goes
of
behind it.
preparation.
Yeah. But come
Yeah.
out. You're not going to be disappointed.
At all.
You're not
Not
going
at
to be
all.
disappointed. Not only not disappointed, you're not going to be disappointed in the singing, and you're not going to be disappointed because God is going to meet us there. He's going to already be there because we're making preparation for us to be ready. To give God's people what they need. We have to be ready, and we're going to be ready. So come on out.
Do y'all know Edward Blake E. Train Doldrin?
Nah.
He said he a pastor on the battlefield. Keep him lifted. Are you in the Chicagoland area, Milwaukee area?
Amen. We definitely gonna keep you lifted.
Keep you lifted, Elder.
Pastors need.
Oh, the
Oh,
devil
come
trying to
on
stop
out. See,
her.
the devil be trying to get at people's phones. He alive.
Devil trying to stop her.
Line wonder. Okay, founder, we'll let you have the final remarks.
Okay, well, you got me stirred up when you started talking about the singing and ministry, the preaching ministry, um, and my mind goes to the fact that singing and the preaching are like a married couple, right? Um, don't come speak to my wife and don't speak to me,
Ooh, that's good.
right? Don't be all huddy, up on somebody else's husband and you ain't gonna speak to the wife.
That part.
They're together. They
Said be
come
too buck
together.
full of me.
Exactly. So they're as a team. So you respect them as a team. You deal with them as a team. You don't go behind the other one's back and try to borrow some money without the spouse know. Like you don't. You create
Yo, you
confusion.
sure don't do that.
And so with singing and preaching, you respect the both of them together. And when I say you speak to both, you participate in both. If you're gonna sit and hear me sing, sit and hear my bishop preach too.
Mm-hmm.
We're a couple. So that just kind of, stuck out with me with that. But the recording, this will be history in the making. We will be the first Milwaukee artist to ever do a live recording in Chicago. I chose Chicago because we've been to Chicago a lot, being that it's so close. But we've never hosted anything in Chicago. And like you said, it's a major hub. Um, and the church that we're recording in, Trinity All Nations, recorded the song. The bishop that was he's emeritus, but the bishop of that church wrote the song. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh, okay.
For
Yeah.
he's going to be there, and he wrote the song, played the song, and
See?
he's the bishop of that church, and that church was where they recorded that song.
Mm.
So, talking with some of the members, they were saying that it's kind of reigniting that fire, so to speak, because of what it was legendary for that, and
Mm-hmm.
now having another recording there, and it kind of brings that life back there. So definitely, I'm excited about what we're doing. We got some amazing guest artists coming in. I got
Oh, yeah.
James Ziegler coming from the East Coast. I got Tiffany Andrews coming from she's down in Texas. I got some Milwaukee artists coming. I got DeAndrea um, from the group Broken in Tennessee. Milwaukee artists LaJoy Mitchell and OC Mallet coming. It's going got some of the choir members are leading songs. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And again, groundbreaking. This will be the first time. So each area has their own style, their own
Mhm.
flavor. We're going to bring that Milwaukee flavor to Chicago.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
yeah, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time.
I love it. Well, thank you all. We want you to continue to go to Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated, the fan page. Like, share, follow for upcoming announcements. Again, the recording will be in Chicago, Illinois, May 31st at 4 p.m. Doors open at 3. You can purchase your tickets. You can inbox anybody on staff or any choir member to purchase a ticket, or you can do it electronically on Eventbrite. If we need to mail the ticket to you, if we need to write your name on it, and you can pick it up at the door, all options are available. If you just simply want to donate, you want to sow a seed, what's the ways of giving for the choir?
You can Zelle, and that's ampmbookinginfo@gmail.com, or you can Cash App, that is $ AMPM Sing, no S at the end of Sing.
Okay, and we'll make sure that we post that on the page as well. So please stay tuned, continue to keep up with us, and we will be back with some more insight on the road and the journey to the recording. Thank you all for your participation. Thank you for joining in with us tonight. We love you all. Have a great night. Oh, 1 month. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. One more thing.
No, go ahead.
No. I thought you had your hand up for one more thing.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was getting ready to close us out. We good?
Go ahead, close us out.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, love y'all.
Have you heard? Anthony McGahee and Praise Motivated are having a live recording May 31st in Chicago, Illinois. We're recording brand new music, and we've got some powerhouse special guests pulling up. DeAndre Foster, LaJoy Mitchell, James Ziegler, O.C. Mallet, and Tiffany Andrews. And it's all hosted by the one and only Pastor DeAndre Patterson. Tickets are available now. VIP tickets are $45 and can only be purchased on Eventbrite, but they're limited, so don't wait. General admission is $30 and available on Eventbrite or through any choir member. Tickets will be $35 at the door. Doors open at 3 p.m. and the recording begins at 4 p.m. It's going to be a night to remember. Don't just hear about it, pull up and be part of history.